Yep. I don't know why it seems like it's so much warmer. I'm gonna be sweating by the time this thing is over. I was just chilling off on the side getting ready, and it didn't feel like it was 100 degrees in here. But now, maybe these lights are supposed to be cool, but I don't think they're really all that cool. Yeah, man. Uh, June. It's pretty rad to be this far along in June. Um, kind of this might, well, this isn't really about the build. This video is about that rather large box right there. But I do have the build video for the month of June coming up. Got everything set out. I don't want to dive into it, but I feel like I should scratch the surface of it because like a preview for it. Uh-oh. What was that? Oh, bearing case. Slasher. Yeah. This is the 2022 reissue of the Slasher, but yeah, I'll try to build this out tomorrow and make a video doing that. Kind of looking forward to it. Mostly because of the Indy Stage 4s. I'm really stoked on these to get the chance to ride these. 166s right here. Yeah, really stoked on these. Yep. But I'm digressing away from the actual point of making a video that is about unboxing things. Usually these boxes say skateboards on them, but this one doesn't. So maybe it'll be a surprise, but I don't ever order anything that's not skate related, so. Except for tech gadgets off Amazon. I used to have a thing for kitchen gadgets, like the emulsion blender. But I stopped doing all that, and then I started buying lawn care gadgets. I haven't cut my grass. Well, it's been dry here over the last few weeks, like seriously dry. We went through a spell where we didn't get rain for like 20 days here. But it started raining again, so my grass started growing again, and now I can't ignore it anymore. It needs to be cut. All right. So this is actually the June Santa Cruz reissues. I got them earlier this week, but with work and everything, I was kind of busy. And I did, even though I had a short week, I was off because I split for a while. Went to see mi madre down south, and she's doing well. Got a chance to skate while I was down there. Rogers Family Skate Park. Had that for about 45 minutes, basically to myself before the scooter squad pulled up. If you've ever read anything or watched any videos about that spot, it's a sick spot, a team paint park. Flow area is outstanding. The bowl in the back is great too, but man, when those scooter kids show up, boy, they go ham, for real. They attack it with a vigor that, I've never really seen before. Hogs at a trough, man. But it was still fun. Then after that, rolled out to Marsh Creek. That's in Raleigh. Rogers Family is in Apex, and then probably about 30 minutes away from there is Marsh Creek, which is fun. There's a DIY section up in the old deck hockey rink, but I mostly skated the flow area there. Finally figured out a line. Been there 4 times. This was my 5th time, and I spent the majority of my time riding that flow area, and actually was able to link together a pretty nice line in there. The big bowl in the back there is gnarly. Like if you saw that, you're gonna need a lot of sandwiches to really go for it in there. I'd advise getting the foot long versus the 6-inch in the case of needing energy to go there to ride that monstrosity. But fun trip overall. Got to stop too at Strange House. If you're in Central Virginia, I recommend that you go check that spot out. It's a great shop, great location, kind of rural Central Virginia, I guess, but beautiful landscape, real quiet little town. It's right on the main street. The shop is actually located in an old Rexall drug, and it's sick. Tons of old school stuff there. A lot of just amazing stuff. I didn't have a whole day to really dig through it. I'm sure I could have found a lot more than what I got. But yeah, I got to go back there again. Strange House, definitely the spot. Also, they do have websites too, strangehouse.net. You should check that out if you want to, really dig through some old school stuff. Shipping's a little bit pricey, but it is what it is. You're actually getting OG stuff. Pay a little bit more for that, I think. But yeah, right on. So let's get to the point of whatever this is. Let's see what the first one out is. Okay. These, like I said, these dropped earlier this month, and I got mine earlier this week. This is the art series, but it says Bro Series on it, so maybe it's just something different. So this is a Jeff Kendall collab with Jeremy Fish. And I wasn't specifically interested in this one, to be totally honest with you. Kind of see. Maybe hopefully the light doesn't reflect too much. From the pictures. But top sheet, not much of a change. Pretty much Santa Cruz dot. Classic font. A little bit of a rabbit, I believe. Yeah. And of course Jeremy Fish's cursive signature, really cool. But I wasn't specifically interested in this one because I already have a ton of Jeff Kendall's boards, but I don't think you can ever have too many of these, especially with this shape. This is one of my favorite shapes, Cruise Missile 2. So yeah, this I guess would be in the same vein as like the Shepherd Ferry Corey O'Brien. But this one is way better, way cooler. I like the black and white, real minimal. Kind of fits the style that I dig the most. Looks like a globe that's a skull that has rabbit's feet and a scarf. That's the details that really sell you on these things. But yeah. This is Friend of the World reissue would be the name of this one. 10 by 29. I think this has a 15-inch wheelbase if you're going to skate it. Like I said, Cruise Missile 2. This one is going to start out a wall hanger, I think, for sure. But it would look pretty rad with some all black Gullwing Pro 3s on it. And slide balls. Maybe the Winkowski 8-ball wheel. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, that would be sick. So yeah, you could dress this one for sure. One more quick pass before we move on to the next one. So yeah, this one's definitely, I have to give this one a thumbs up of approval. Black and white, Jeff Kendall, can't beat that one for sure. All right, let's see. This one is. What am I doing? I have a knife a bit. Just keep this out. Keep it accessible. This is the Roskopp Eye. I've actually never seen this board, physically or in a picture. So this is the first time I'm getting exposed to it. Roskopp by Santa Cruz. I wonder if there are any boards that are like Roskopp by Santa Monica Airlines? Doubtful. I believe this has a, can't really see it because of the sticker, but there's a missile right there. Mr. the Missile knows where he's at because he knows where he isn't. Yeah, no, this one's fresh too, man. I like it. It's a little more narrow than I would typically mess with, but 962 by 31, adjustable wheelbase, and this graphic. Like I said, I never saw this one. Never saw it originally. Never saw the first issue of it. Haven't seen any subsequent reissues of it. But when I saw the drop for the pre-order, I was like, yeah, that's definitely one I want to get. Just because I do like the color. I like the wood grain as well. But I'm all right with that graphic. Like the first look at it, it looks pretty dope, man. I have a weird thing. I have the heroin eyeballer. This is one of the first things that I learned how to draw whenever I was beginning to draw. I'm still not very good at drawing, but I still do like to draw eyeballs for some reason. I do some collage and assemblage too, so if there's magazines and I'm looking through, I always find the eye makeup advertisements and cut the actual eyes out of them just for future references. But no, I'm stoked on this one. Roskopp Target Eye. Let's see, hopefully it's not blown out. I'll try to take the plastic off of these as well and take some pictures of them so you get a better idea of what they look like outside of this. Right on, man. This one's dope. For real. Alright. Dude, that's a great start, man. Those first two are rocking. And I know these last two. The last two are actually the main reason I wanted to... Well, this is the main one that I wanted. 100%. And I saw this one when I was at Strange House. Yeah, they reissued this a while back as a cruiser with like Crux trucks on it. I don't know if it was silver though. I feel like it was a gray color. But it had, I think, Juice 2s and Crux trucks. But yeah, I wasn't super impressed with it. And I think the price, I think they wanted like $170 for it as a complete. And I thought about buying it just because, you know, I like the graphic that much. But I held off on it. And it's still available on their website, believe it or not. But yeah, I'm glad they just issued it as the deck, and it looks really good. I've never really decoded or looked to decode the faces in the skull. Everybody says there's a bunch of different faces in there of people who are part of the company, but I'm not really going that heavy on it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the Tribe Called Quest album with all the faces on it. You're like, oh, I know who that is or who that is. Maybe I might recognize some people. Maybe I'll mess with it and stare at it as I'm staring at it right now. But this shape feels very similar to, just looking at it right now, I'd have to hold it up next to it, but it looks a lot like the Bod Boil, which is right over there. And it looks a lot like the Tom Knox Fire Pit that just came out. So I'm pretty sure standard issue. Top graphic, by the way. Let's make a quick pass with that. But the skull looks really good, man. The creep looks good in silver and gray with the black. Definitely would have looked way dope if it was black and white like the Kendall, for sure. That's rad. The scale of the graphic too. It's running basically it's definitely throughout the entire wheelbase, but it's almost tip to tail. They saved that space to put the logo down there, but that's one of my favorite Philips graphics right there. A friend of mine has a print of this under glass. His apartment, it's above his couch. It's sick. It's way more detailed than this, but this is pretty good. Yeah, Street Creep. Last but definitely not least, Steve. Salba. And I bought this one last year, the one with the matte finish on it. And this one is slightly different. Let's see what it says about it. Oh, it just says Salba Tiger issue, reissue, but I believe it had some sort of different finish on it graphically. But I really like the other one I got too, with the matte finish on it. I think I did an unboxing for that when I got it. So I'm pretty stoked to have both of them. I think now that I do, you can kind of see the witch doctor right there. Wow. Actually, one of the hardest graphics out there. That's solid for sure. It's got the skulls around the bubbling cauldron. Santa Cruz, smoke rising up out of it. So yeah, I think for sure I'm going to put one of these together. I don't know if it's going to be this one or if it's going to be that other one. I have to look at them both and see which one kind of calls out to be put together. And I got to see what trucks and wheels. Definitely Indies, but I don't know which ones. I mean, if the stage 4s hit with that slasher, I think the stage 4s might be the way to go on one of these. I think that would definitely be sick. Yeah. This graphic is one of the toughest graphics, man, for sure. Whenever this one drops, I gotta grab it. Always. So, and these usually sell out. I've been noticing, looking at a lot of websites, they're sitting on a lot of reissues. The Grab Key didn't sell out from the last one. The Jeff Kendall and the World with the kind of neon fonts. The market is definitely saturated. I think the Street Creep will sell out probably. I think this will sell out. I don't know about the Roskopp. I'm not sure how many people are going to be stoked on that. Because like I said, I never saw it prior to seeing it this go around. And I mean, I know it was out there, but still, it's just odd that I had no real memory of it. Seeing it when it first came out or when it was reissued, because I believe it was reissued, if I was reading correctly, back in 2008. But yeah, pretty good pre-order and reissue haul here. And I'm lucky to get all 4 of them. Pretty fortunate. My favorite company, Santa Cruz Skateboards. Salba Tiger. Street Creep. I'm sticking to all the plastic. Roskopp Eye. Jeff Kendall, Jeremy Fish collab. Peace to the World. And again, send the details. The scarf around the wrist. I think wrist scarves are probably going to be, I mean, this winter, I'm pretty sure wrist scarves are going to take off. And if they don't, in 2023, I'd say 2024, early winter, like January, that's what I'm talking about, 2024, right after New Year's. Probably going to be one of the biggest stocking stuffers out there. I've made predictions before and I haven't been wrong, you know, so it's a bit prophetical of me to come out and say that, but it's probably true. Like 100% true. So yeah, stoked. Got them all 4. Fortunate. Absolutely fortunate to be able to do this, man. And I don't know which ones I'm going to build. I got to think about that. But I can't think about it right now because I'm going to be building that slasher. Hopefully tomorrow night, if all goes well. If not, I got to do it during the week and get it done. I'm thinking about making some changes to my setup up here. Also to what I've got going on the second floor. The energy's feeling a little stagnant. You know, I need a reformation of some of the spaces that I live in. There's something that needs to be done. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think moving some stuff around, maybe changing some decorations. You know, I don't think I'm going to break open any walls or anything, but I might. I can't rule it out because I'm getting a little stir crazy. Even though I've been spending a lot of time getting out, riding my bicycle, skateboarding, doing all that stuff, it's still just when I'm in the house, I don't feel like the energy's flowing all that well. It needs something. So like next month, I might not. I do have, because I can't give it up. The game needs me. I do have a build that I'm considering for next month. I already got parts for it. These Ace uh, double aughts are kind of the basis for it. Got these from Frank Strange House. So yeah, it's in the vein of a polarizer, but not a homemade one. I'm thinking about copping something off the heated wheel. I believe that it's called the Bank Mauler. So I got parts put together to maybe pull that up and maybe build it. Right now it's just a thought, but there's probably a good chance that that's going to happen. But it might not be built in this space. I might have to film it differently because I'm going to start moving some things around. Kind of want to keep this room like for the stuff that I do with my turntables and the crappy subpar music that I make. And then I want to move what I'm building skateboard wise into like this other room I have downstairs. So I don't know. Right now it's percolating. You know what I mean? It's just like I just put the pot on the stove. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I thought about the recipe some time ago, but I just got around to putting the pot on the stove. Water's in there. It's a little bit of like seasoning that I've dropped in, just a little salt to taste. Maybe like a little bit of butter. The water is just starting to heat up. It's not even boiling yet. But it's by the time July hits and we're done with the 4th and everything like that, it should be up to a nice rolling boil. So it's entirely possible that next month's build will be in a different location in the house, which will be dope, hopefully. And then after that, I'd like to build another free ride setup. So I'm kind of scoping some things out, maybe something with some reverse trucks, a couple of the boards that I built. I built a Dogtown Death to Invaders with Gull Wing Chargers and Powell Snakes. I really wish I would have filmed building that. So with that regret in mind, then my slalom build, which I haven't shown off, I really need to. It's a Skate Kings, what is it called, Maximus. So I should probably like do a quick video of that. It's got a Randall on the back, a Bennett on the front, Bennett wheels. It's a Turner, man. Tell you what, when you put that thing on to take it off plane, and yeah, and it does long radius too, man. It really is in performance kind of GS and slalom skateboard, but mainly made for slalom. So I'd like to film some cones, running some cones, but I don't know. I just haven't had the motivation to really set up the camera on anything, even just park riding. Hasn't been there. But regardless, yeah. So that's something to think about. Maybe once I do this bank or do this polarizer next month, after I do the slasher this month, I'll build a free ride setup. I'd like to put something, not with reverse trucks, maybe a conventional truck on it, a wider wheel. Got a couple of ideas. That's percolating too. So we'll see how it goes. Anyhow, hope everybody's doing well. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate you guys checking out the video. I appreciate all the feedback and recent positivity that I got for the last Ripper build. Still haven't really touched that thing down to any kind of concrete yet, but it's working its way there. Dropped a Grind King Creeper in those gull wings. Going to be taking that thing out this weekend, hopefully. See how that goes. It's supposed to rain a little bit, but maybe Sunday's looking good. And then, like I said, tomorrow night, going to throw this slasher together with Eric Dressen slime balls, the 1/4-inch indies, the Trippin' Hardware, Santa Cruz slime lines, the GPRs, dude, GPRs for sure, and the Indy Stage 4s. This is what I really want to know about. Because if I do build a free ride setup with conventional trucks, I think I'm going to put these Indy Stage 4s on there because I hear they turn. I hear they've got a really nice turn, and it would be cool to have a free ride setup with a higher rise, bigger wheels, with Indy stage 4s on it. I think that that's possible. And I think it could be a lot of fun to do that. And if it doesn't work out, I just switch the trucks around and I got another set of stage 4s that I can put on something else, you know. But anyway, like I said, yeah, it's cool. Hope everybody's doing well. Appreciate everybody who's checking out the videos, and hopefully I'll be able to turn this other board build out tomorrow, and it'll all be good. All right. Peace.